All right, so we're recording the London session, and what we're looking at here, folks, is the AUDCAD. What we're going to do is going to go through every chart. We're going to go through every single chart, and we're going to use the hourly and the daily to start. And what I'm looking at with the AUDCAD is this market on Friday when we put up this area, this zone. We were looking for this to push up to this zone, yellow area for a short sale, and then down. We're looking at the market right now. This obviously happened several hours ago, but it's still in that window that we feel the market should be a short. Now, uh, it should go from this area and try to make its way back down eventually and a lot lower. That's what we're looking at. You had multiple drives up right here. And I'm recording this, guys, and once we finish tonight, I'll edit it, not edit it, but process it and send it out. So we had 3 attempts to the upside is what we were looking at on Friday, and then for a move back down. So prices did that. On the right side, we're looking for a lower high overall. So I really wasn't looking for too much to the upside, but overall, the daily chart should start to swing. So if the market stops going down here, and guys, don't ask me any questions in the live room. Just let it go. Let me do what I got to do first, okay? Uh, should the market break from this point down, we should have multiple waves on the way down. If the market holds here and turns up, we're going to either put a lower high or a higher high and shoot down. Looking at the higher time frame, this is all resistance up here. This is all resistance up in this area. Okay? This whole bunch of data up here, all these bars, resistance. So the market hit, has backed off. It tried to get above the prior open or close right there, either open or close, tried to get above it, couldn't do it, and it's back below. Let me get to that. There's 2 things I'm looking at. One, you can look at this on the short side, right? But you have to keep your risk up here. You have to keep it above. You have to keep it above here. Matter of fact, I would keep it up here, but right now that's fine. Right above here. You don't want it up there again. The next thing is that's looking at the short side. Now, an eventual target, and you're talking, uh, you know, how many days or even weeks away, and I'll explain why, what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can show you in terms of time. All right, if I look at the 31st till now, you're talking, that's 2 weeks. So at least another 2 to 3 weeks later. So you got plenty of time for this to swing down. You follow? Um, let me see if I can. Well, just leave it in theory that this is where it's going to come. So I'm looking for this to move down at some point, get down to this area, and this will end up being a zone to buy. What I'm looking at is this whole area down here. This is one big giant support. So this swing low impulsed all the way up, had a deep retracement down. I have to look at that first. Let's see how deep that came. Oops, it did. One more time. Thank you. Even I fumble around with this stuff sometimes. So let's look and see. Yeah, that's going to be more of a Gartley, not even a bat. So your Gartley pattern should come down in about a 786. What I like to do is I'd like to look at a zone, 786 to 886. So at some point, I'm looking for this market to make its wave down. It's going to take time, but the AUDCAD uh, resistance above on the, turn this off, resistance above on the hourly chart, looking for short sales. All right, looking for this thing to turn down. On the daily chart, I'm still looking for that to turn down, but looking for this eventually to lead into a higher time frame support. And this is called the completion zone right here, completion. This means that the whole pattern has completed. So this is the early stages of what would be considered a future Gartley pattern. Gartley pattern. This was originated by H.M. Gartley, and if you allow me to, I'm going to put the screen on here for a second. Let me just see. Gartley pattern. All right. And let me find, and for those of you getting the recording, too bad. You should have been here live. Well, it didn't matter if you hear it live or not because I can't seem to get into my Dropbox. All right, Dropbox is obviously doing some kind of work, but no problem, no problem. I'll try to figure this out. I got it, guys. Hold on, I got it. I got it. There it is. Here it is, guys. Right there. I put the link in. Those of you guys that want to see if you can get the link here on watching the recording, this is the actual link. So if you want to sit there and type it in, you're welcome to do that. And then you could download, all right, you could download the video. But on page 222, okay, let's go to page 222 of the book. At some point, we're going to go to page 222. I got you the link, so let's see if we got page 222 to show. Let me see. I got it. It works on my other link, so it should be working. There it goes. Okay, this book originally valued for $1,500 back many moons ago. It's just taking time to load all the pages. That's all it is. All right, so let's do this. Let's go down to 222, so I don't have to sit and waste all you guys' time. But those watching the video later, I guess this will be here, and I can send it out in the corporate email. And as I was showing the viewers earlier, and those getting the recording, the what everybody's calling the auto trader, which is FX Signals Live, has been performing spectacular. It did like 90 pips overnight or something like that. I don't know. Let me see. It's up about 84 pips overnight. And looks like it's in a trade right now. It's in a bunch of trades right now. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, guys, so looking for this to eventually turn itself to the downside. That's the AUDCAD. We're going to go to AUDCHF. Let's take a look at the charts, see what we have, right? And this market looks completely different market. And how I look at the markets, I look at everything completely different. One chart has nothing to do with the other. Let me just make sure I have my my days logged in here. We'll do 100. All right, so let's take a look at the AUDCHF. Let's see what's going on. Looks like we're finding some support. It's a little bit like a Gartley, maybe not. Let's just take a look, put some support, put some retracement values in there. Looks like they went about 50% down on the that first initial pullback. So they held about 50%. Now the criteria is we're looking for more of an 886 retracement. Also looking at right here, this also has impulse up, and this retracement down came to a 618, and also we have to check this here. Okay, that actually is more of a criteria, falls right inside that criteria of a Gartley. Okay, right into this area. So looking at this particular market, spend more time doing that than I do anything else, right? X, A, B, C, D. So as we typically like to see, right? As we typically like to see that 786, 886 retracement, the market went from low to high, and that first retracement was a 618. From that point, the market rallied. AB went back up towards C and put in a halfway point. So that falls into the criteria of a 38 to 88%, and then drove down on an A to B, C to D pattern. Is also forming a little what we call divergence down here. Looking at the hourly chart, this market should be going higher. Okay, this should be going higher. So I like the AUDCHF. I like the AUDCHF a lot higher, which means that you have risk to below here around 6,800. Okay, you have risk to about 6,800. And I'm looking for this to impulse higher because you're looking down here. See this down here? This is all support on the AUDCHF. This is all support. Came in right at the 886, held back above the 786. This market wants to go higher. So right in here, the inverse, the 618 is really a 38% retracement. So I'd be looking at this little swing low for upside targets. That swing low for upside targets. First upside targets, 0.7046, 7046. All right. So around 100 pips from where it is now, that's the first area to watch, all right? Right up in this area. You can do something even like that. This would be your upside targets to watch on that swing. I would not be against that. So something like this, guys, right there. That's your first zone to watch, about right up in the zone, 100, 150 pips to the upside. All right. I'm recording everything. Going to send this out to iMarkets Live. iMarkets Live web members. I'm also going to put it on Facebook later. If you're not on Facebook with me, you have a choice. If not, doesn't matter to me. There. I gave my Facebook. Just friend me. Make sure you have me as a friend. And later on today, when this processes, I'll post it on Facebook and get it out there for you. So let's go back to that book. All right. Let's go back to Gartley. This book was written in like the 50s, maybe the 1950s. And let's see if we can get here to the right pages. And I'll give you a little bit of brief history when I can get it there. All right, don't worry about it. I'm going to give you the book again, okay? So just hold tight. Tell me if that works. Tell me if that work links, guys. If that link works. Tell me if that link works. Tell me if that link works. Okay, good. So the whole book is good. I mean, H.M. Gartley was in itself a genius. You know, he was a genius. Okay, and he did a lot. He took a lot of the old, and he established stuff. He did some of his own stuff, but he was a great analyst. And you know, this is really the foundation of technical analysis. I mean, you guys remember we did some chart work recently. Remember the class we did on chart work? Okay. All the stuff that I do comes from back in the day. It's not from finding it on Facebook, right? This is coming from the pioneers in the industry. It's not. I didn't just make this stuff up. So when you go through my work, it comes from the old analysis. So try to keep everything to the old analysis as I could. Now I got to find the right page here. 222. Okay. It's called a head and shoulders pattern right there. It calls it an armpit. So right here in this book, a gentleman by the name of Larry Pesavento saw this in this book and came up with his version, or what he thought, or whatever he considered called the Gartley pattern. So maybe like that, right? He drew it in. Who knows? The fact is, he came up with this pattern, and after that, a gentleman by the name of Scott Carney had put structure around everything and wrote the book Harmonic Patterns. And from there, Scott had done many patterns patterns and great work about putting structure and price ratios around the Gartley. Bryce Gilmore had discovered the butterfly, and Scott had put everything around the butterfly, the crab, and all this stuff. And he's done some amazing work over the years. So that's the link, right? So you can learn a little bit about the Gartley pattern. And AUDCHF, this may need to consolidate a little bit more. Okay, this may need to consolidate more. Who knows? You know, this is a pole, all right? This is a pole, and maybe that goes higher. Maybe this comes down like this, right, over the coming hours and days, okay? Maybe it does this, where it chops around in here. But eventually, we're looking for this to go higher. So the AUDCHF, you have your pole off the lows, and then you're looking for this consolidation phase before going higher. Okay, AUDJPY, not really able to see much here. I guess you would have in similar respect the AUDJPY of what's going on with the CHF. All right, so you can look at both of them basically doing the same thing. The fact is that this market's above that prior low. That's saying a lot. Okay, let's find some resistance. I don't know why this keeps drawing stuff. It's because I'm in drawing mode. So you got prior low here. So we want to watch, see if the market can come right above this prior low at 80.87. If it can come above there, then you have the same structure that we were just looking at, that little flag type of pattern. And quite honestly, not really called a flag when it's coming off the low like this, but you understand what I'm getting at. You want this to see the structure here, this consolidation before it starts to go higher. Big level to get above is at 80.86. All right. Then once that happens, then we'll update that. We'll look at that further going into the future. Okay, the AUDNZD, not really seeing much at all. The AUD, oh, okay, hold on a second. All right, guys, is that better? Is that better? What do you mean no? Is everybody looking at my AUDJPY or no? Everybody's saying it's good. Okay, so did you guys see me do the work on the AUDJPY or no? On the other one? Everybody's saying yes. Did you guys see the work we did on the AUDCHF at least? The same thing? Yes? Okay. So what I didn't draw in here, guys, and I apologize, was the Gartley. Here, 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 here. I just naturally look at it. So my apologies. I normally don't even draw it in. I see it, okay? So look, I'll be straight with you guys. You got to be able to see the stuff for yourself, and when you do that, it makes the life using a scanner or any other tool easier. Okay, I know there's other companies in the industry. There's plenty of them that like to teach Gartley or Harmonics or other companies trying to create their programs or whatever. But really, the eye is in the beholder. I can give you a race car, but if you don't know how to drive, the car is virtually useless. So whether it's a scanner or not, you got to be able to understand the work. You really do. You have to just dive in a little bit and understand the work. And understanding the work will make your execution, it'll make everything so much easier. For instance, this I'm sure I could find on the scanner. If not, maybe it didn't pick it up. But you got to know how to execute once you do find a pattern, right? So it doesn't matter what tool you get, you got to know how to use it. So that's just my opinion. So I know there's a lot of other companies who have their own products and stuff, but I feel our scanner is great. But again, it's the person that's staring at that particular price, that pattern. What do you do with it? So right here, same thing with the AUD-JPY. The AUD, excuse me for yawning, it's the middle of the night for me and all of us. 3 o'clock in the morning, we got nothing better to do, right? So AUD-USD, this I believe has a very large pattern that we could look at. I'm not going to get into it here, but there's another one right here. And this is called the butterfly pattern. Actually, no, it's not. It's called a shark pattern, I believe. Okay, we'll just go through everything. We'll check it. We'll check it. We'll check it. Now, looks like it passed the pattern completion for what's called a shark, but you know what? Don't worry about that. Let me show you some other things. All right, let's look at two things. Let's look at number one, the retracement value from here to here. This is called a 127.20 extension. It's 127.20 extension. We also have this extension from here, here, okay. Do the same thing again right here. 127.20. It's called an extension line. All right, and you can see resistance has come in because we got two important swing lows. It hit it. But in market geometry, we look at extension lines. Real important. You're taking the swing lows to swing highs, swing lows to swing highs, and you're matching them up where there's confluence. See, there's confluence down here at the 1272 extension. A lot of times at the end of a swing, you'll get that 1272 extension. Although you could draw it in, it's not going to give you that perfect harmonic ratio. But if there's enough binding geometry, it'll definitely work. Now, the butterfly pattern would have been great if this wasn't so high. So, but really, I would not even look at this in terms of a harmonic, because you see they just don't work out properly. But in terms of market geometry, you would look at this area down here as your extension, even what's considered a completion area. Right, so you're extending it differently. You're doing something like this, and I'll draw them out a little bit differently. 1, 2, 3. You're looking at these swings. You see that? Those swings like that. So this right here would be your point where you expect the market to stop and turn back up. Here on the other side, okay, on the other side of the equation, this market should stop going down and start to turn. If you're going to do anything, your risk has to be under 67.87. Okay, something like this, guys. The AUD USD. What I would be watching, all right, you're getting your first retracement, 38%. This is the zone where you want to watch it. Okay, that's the first key zone to watch it. Here's another zone to watch it. And here is where your risk would be. Your risk would be down here. Here's the reason why. What if, okay, what if price is not completed here and still needs to test into the zone? This is a key area. What if it needs to test down a little bit here? See that? What if? So on the hourly chart, you got to allow the fact that you may have a pattern come in. So what if? What if the market does this, right? What if it does that? What if it does this, right? What if something like this happens, all right? Or what if it comes deeper, then up, and then down before turning up? Your short-term chart still can be manipulated before your higher time frame starts to kick in. All right, here. We're still expecting this to go a lot higher up. All right, whatever. Point is, I'm still expecting this to go up, but the short-term time frame may manipulate itself and bounce around. Or what Dorian calls smart money, what my former partner used to call smart money, or what everybody in the industry, the bigger players, call smart money. So market impulse off the lows, getting a pullback. All right, we're looking to buy this. You want to start buying this on the way down. All right, it may even come deeper. So you want to piece yourself into a position, right? You want to piece yourself into a position, but what if it does this and does that? Sure, in a perfect world, it's going to do this. In a perfect world, it's going to do that. But the reality is, if you're looking at this on a daily chart, you need to allow the short-term time frame to play around a little bit. And if this is going to follow the other AUDs, this may not go down there. But I'm just giving you a scenario of where you want to put your risk. You have to put your risk down here. You just have to allow it. And you have to monitor this. You monitor the price action. Price action, right? You have to monitor how the price is acting. Okay? People look at hear the term price action, And that's just a derivative of how price is acting, action acting, right? And you get your retracement. So we're watching this. We'll see how far it wants to come. And you wait. So your initial risk is here. Your initial risk, you don't need to put it way down there. And you're watching. You're watching to see how deep it wants to come. You work out your buys. And that's it. Okay, and then if it starts to give a lower high, starts to come down, all right, maybe it peels some off, but overall, that's really where your risk will need to be if this market starts to jazz around a little bit. I'm just giving you a scenario going forward that if Chris isn't here, what you have to look at and how you have to look at it. And I'm going to be here, God forbid. I'm not planning to go anywhere else. Okay. Now, friend me on Facebook and I'll send you everything, because if not, or you have to be an iMarkets Live member and you'll get all the different things that we're looking at here. Okay, so okay, move this to another page. Okay. Hey, Ronnie, my golden retriever, how you doing, baby? What's going on? What's going on? All right, looking at the CADCHF. Looking at the CADCHF. Okay, not seeing anything there. CADJPY. This thing's dying for me to draw a triangle or something, right? It's like it can't wait. Hey, Rons, what's going on? You came to visit this morning? I had a beautiful golden retriever. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Go away. Go in the room. I'm working. Go in the room. I'm working. Go. Go. I'm working. So this is obviously stretched down pretty deeply. This is basically an obvious downtrend. So now we want to start looking at how far back to the upside this can come. Okay. Go in the room, baby. She's like, I don't want to go in the room. I want to hang out with you guys. So this also looks like what's going on with the AUD is where this market may want to work itself a bit higher. Still may need to slosh around a little bit, but I don't have any particular anything to look at. I'm not going to worry about this up here in terms of a retracement. Sorry, yawning. There's no particular patterns to watch. EURAUD looks interesting. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at some Fibonacci. Take this market high. to market low. This came right in around 50%. So if we look at this first piece right here, 100, 0, 50. Now, that becomes the basis for a future bat pattern. And as you can see here, you can see that's where it's come into play right there. So this market, the EUR AUD, is in the control or influence, under the influence of a bat pattern. We want to start looking now as to where maybe a short sale should come in on the lower time frame. So I would look at this zone right here, guys. Here to here, knowing overall that the market technically should start to make its way back down. So for now, you're looking at this area, you're looking for a possible move back up and then a move back down overall. This is completed in A to B, B to C, C to D. So this is completed what's called an A to B, C to D relationship. So this has an A to B, C to D relationship. You guys with me so far? All right. So now you're looking for the same thing. You're looking for an A, right, to B, C to D. You get it? You see the thinking? Guys, you see the thinking? This up here, is an X, A, B, C, D. We're at the completion of a large X, A, B, C, D pattern, and we're looking for this to turn down. The process is on the shorter time frame that this has to work itself out before going lower. All right, at some point, we're going to expect this market to come all the way back down again. So, you with me so far? You with me so far, guys? Okay. Good. You guys want to see something cool? One second. Let me see if I can show you something cool. I'll show you something cool. Hold on. You guys want to see something cool? Okay. Let's watch this. So on Saturday, yeah, I'm going to go over everything. Don't worry about it. So on Saturday, Do you see my screen, my Facebook? You see my Facebook, guys? So Saturday I went shopping. I had to go do something, and I checked out. But I was checking out, and there's this couple. They're bagging it, and this older couple. I just started talking to them the whole time, and they were like on food stamps. So I said to them, I said, you know what? I started talking. I said, look, let me take you shopping. So I took them around the whole store. I took them around the whole store, and I was just putting stuff into that cart. I was like, look, just take it home, right? I took them shopping. They're like, you shouldn't do it. I was like, just don't worry about it. So I had the old couple all over the place. It was nice. It was fun. I spent about $450, and I don't know what if they're gonna eat it all, but I typically go out to eat. I don't really cook or nothing, so I just had to go get a couple of lemons, and I don't know. So I leave, and my driver helped put everything in their car and everything. Okay, great. So last night I had a meeting. I was with these guys. I had a I had a meeting last night. These guys came in to see me. We sat down, and a couple of leaders in my company. It's actually four of the five are leaders in my company. I have big, big, big teams. So here, I was explaining to them last night that you can read the markets. Okay, when I do my work, I go into a different state of mind. And guys, this is means everything about the market. You go into a different state of mind. You're kind of asking the universe, bringing the energy in to help you read the charts. And I said to them, look, I've played in the casinos forever. I beat them every time. It's simple. You got to know how to read the charts, read the energy, right? So they're like, you know, they kind of like shook it off, and I said, come on, let's go to the table. So essentially, what you have here, well, they ended up doing that thing, but I went over to the table and I sat down. I put $100 and basically ended up being about $1,880 because I had 400 and something dollars already won, 300 and something dollars already won, and then I built it up, and then bang, ended up hitting here. Did you believe they taxing me on this? They're taxing me on that. They won't give me my money. They had to make me fill out a W-2. So, but what's interesting is I paid about $440 and I hit for 1440. So the whole thinking, and then here's the money to prove that I didn't lose it all back and I didn't walk, you know what I'm saying? So that's actually the cash. So the thinking, um, yeah, it's like they take your money 100%, but they got to tax me if I make anything, and I don't really gamble. Um, but I just kind of trying to put the point out is I took $450 and I give money away all the time, guys. I wish if you walked around me one day, you'd realize that this guy's like Secret Santa. So I gave away $1,440, $440, and the universe rewarded me the same money with 1,000 extra, if you know what I mean. So I believe in paying it forward. I believe in always giving, and it comes. Like you must have done something good in your life that you're here hanging out in the room because I I don't know too many other mentors. I don't know any other freaking CEO in the industry is gonna hang out with you and teach you how to be rich. All right, but we're all meant to be. We're all crossing paths together, and we're here to basically. If you need someone to give it to it, I could use it. No money for groceries. Yeah, you don't need it. You're perfectly healthy, my friend. Um, this actually is a very close friend of mine right here. They live in Vegas. But I think that you just kind of always want to draw from the higher energy, the higher power, whether you want to call it God or Allah or whatever you want to call it, or the universe. I'm not one to get into religions. I have my beliefs. You have yours. Um, if you don't believe in anything, look at a Dane Cook video. He explains it all. Comedy. But I feel that because I gave away 440, I got rewarded this. So here's the funny thing. I got 1,880. I'm going to give $500 away today. So 500 plus the 400, I give away 900. I still got $900 just to, have in my pocket. But I've been able to bless everybody. And if you think about it, I got 440 plus the 500 I'm giving away is 900, right? 900, half of 1,800 is 9. So I give away 900 and I get 900. Do you guys understand that? Do you truly understand how everything works? You guys really understand what I'm getting at? Give away as much as you could. Help as many people as you could. I'm telling you, it will come back to you in spades. I've been helping people at iMarkets, not iMarkets Live, for many years. I started iMarkets Live, and we end up with over 40,000 people already. And we're blessing people. And there's a reason you guys are here. You guys are here because one guy, look at this, I'm showing you. This guy right here, I put an ad on Instagram. He found the ad. This guy found the ad right here, Travis. Crazy. It's actually his post. Back in September of last year, he found my ad on. It wasn't an ad, it was a picture. I put like cranberry juice, a beet juice. He found it and realized that I have a trading company. And through him came through these other guys. There's Garrett Roberts. All right, Garrett Roberts. All right, is him. All right, is Stevenson. Steven was part of this. All right, and then there's Ryan DeFreitas. And because of these guys, it had led to you, all of you. None of you would be here without these guys. I promise you, because I didn't tap into your world. And the people I tap into don't get up at this time, okay? So the people trading Forex, you guys are here because that one kid saw a post I did, which led to so much more, So you got to pay it forward. You have to put it out there. Back over here, guys, back over here, you just want to let this market, the EUR-AUD, come up a bit and start looking at the short side for it to go a lot lower, knowing that the higher time frame is on a sale. I would just wait. Don't put a sell limit. Just wait till it gets there. Just watch the market. Okay? Just watch the market, guys. All right. Here, I put this in on Friday. This is a sell short zone up here. All right. I put this in on Friday. Sell short zone. Right there. And looking for this market to come lower. I would not really worry about it right now at 4 o'clock in the morning on this particular market. I don't see anything spectacular. It's not sitting there staring at me. So let me just take this off, okay? All right, not that anybody was watching that or paying attention to it this morning. Let's see. It says, I know there are people in this world that deserve this more than me, but if I was the one who got picked for the $500, I just want to get started if iMarkets Live. Yeah, I hear you, my brother, but you know what? You should consider yourself blessed to be sitting in a room with an expert that can teach you how to get there. Okay. You have probably have all the talents and abilities in the world. You're probably young. You have everything you need to be a success. All right. So I would, you know, I would not worry about trying to find $500. Maybe go out and, you know, work an extra job, work overtime, go cut somebody's grass, and then you get that cash. But you're getting blessed right now. The fact you're learning. You understand? You're learning right now. You're learning. Leaving the AUD alone, my friend. Oh no, right here. I'm sorry. Okay, a little bit of 5851 to 5936 zone. Looking for that to trade a bit lower. Anywhere on the way up over here, guys. Anywhere on the way up. I'm not really looking for too much upside in this, but I am looking for this to turn down. All right, I am looking for it to turn down. So let's see. The EUR USD, EUR NZD. So the EUR NZD, I'm looking at this on the sell side. I think this can go lower. I think right now, no important patterns there. I don't have anything for the EUR USD right now. I think eventually it goes a lot higher, but still needs to slosh around. Still needs to slosh around a little bit here. The EUR USD. I don't particularly have any particular pattern, right? Maybe this still needs to come down a little further. I don't know. It's not giving me anything on our plate to try to bite. I mean, we're kind of in a deadish type of environment here. Thank you, Christopher Harris. Every night's going to be different, guys. We'll do our analysis. Every night will be different. This looks like it wants to go higher. It looks like it's consolidating and holding. So I would not be against the long side on the GBP AUD. So what you have here is, let me just number it out for you. Okay. You got 0, 1, up, upsy daisy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a corrective pattern, more or less a 5 wave on the way down, but more in a corrective manner. So I want you guys to see what you got here. GBP AUD. Stay in the zone, focus with me, guys, focus. All right. Swing low to swing high. All right. Swing low to swing high. Let's look at a few things. Number one, very good support down here on the daily. Very nice, 618 retracement. If you guys notice here, the 50% line, real important, okay? Real important. This whole area is holding as support. You see this, guys? Daily chart, holding as support, okay? So the next session will be the London session, correct? So you see how this is all supportive in here? So think about it, guys. You've had your 5 wave down. Now you're looking for this. Ah, come on. here, 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 like that. You're looking for that to happen. Okay? You're looking for this to happen. You're looking for this to go a lot higher. What you're expecting to happen now is that leg up, you're starting the wave process up again. I'll just do this one more time. All right. And then it goes up one more time. I'm just doing it like this because I don't want to stay in drawing mode. So this is what you're expecting. That's the daily chart. So now you look at the lower time frame and you have to look at where support is. So all this area down here is support. All this area down here is support. You want to look to the buy side, guys. You want to look to the buy side. Here's the thinking, all right? Obviously, this jumped up. You want to look at any pullbacks down. All right. What's that noise, Ronnie? It's like my kitchen making noise. So overall, guys, this can come down a little bit deeper or even come down here at some point. Maybe make a wave down, do something in that respect, where it may come up and then come down. But the first pullback down is going to be the most important. You're looking at any pullback down for a lot higher of a move, all right? But keep the higher time frame in mind. This thing has potential to jump up huge, massive, okay? Massive move coming. The GBP AUD, you want to start thinking the buy side, guys. You want to start thinking the buy side. Bigger picture buy side, all right? Bigger picture buy side, period. So what? Even if you have your risk down here, even right now, it's like 130 pips. Who cares? Much larger move to the upside. All right. I want you guys to stay on that thinking of big move to the upside on the daily chart. You guys with me? You guys with me? If you don't friend me on Facebook, I'm not going to be able to share. You're not going to see it on my wall. So later on when I process it, it'll be out there. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. And I'll send this out to my members, iMarkets Live members. You'll get to see it later on. But big move up. A lot of times the thinking, and in the world of technical analysis, is you have the move up. You have this, you have this, you have this, and you have that. So that's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at this as a large ABC corrective wave. So how does this look? All right, here's your low, here's your high. Okay, here's your A, here's your B, here's your C. Okay, so within this structure, you have a nice 5-wave down, plus it's a large ABC corrective wave. All right. So that all being said, that this whole market down here, support, rally, pullback, now you're turning. No, there's no link to Fridays, and you're looking for this to turn back up. So I would be thinking long side, buy side. Any retracements down, you're thinking buy side. You guys want to laugh? We give 2 weeks of straight profits. 2 weeks straight, week and a half, week and a 3/4 straight. But I lose one day, a little teeny bit. You have people messaging me, oh, I lost a lot of money, or I have somebody message me from this other quasi trading company that doesn't even trade. I don't have to mention the name. They'll figure it out themselves. And that could be any company of 1,000, right? Person messages me, oh, I follow you, I lost. You have to laugh. That's how, that's just people are morons out there. They're complete morons. Seriously, morons. I just gave like 1,500 pips, but you lose 50, I have to get an email. What the frick is my email saying, listen, I made a lot of money with you, you know? Then you tell people we're risk 2%. It's not my fault you lose your account. Or you can't, we lay it out. Here's where it is. You lose, oh yeah, you lose 1 of 30 trades. Chris stole my money, went to Mexico, right? I'm the worst. I don't know what I'm doing. Hilarious. It's okay. So let's go to the next chart. It's hilarious. I should show you the email, but I don't want to embarrass the person. They embarrass themselves by even emailing me. They took it upon themselves to think it's important to email me to let me know they lost on one trade. Like, are you serious? You freaking loser. Oh my God. They actually took the time. Meanwhile, we're giving trade after trade after trade after trade, swing after swing, and I get an email like that. So right here, guys. All right, I want to show you something right here. What is this doing? Okay. Okay. Not able to do it. We'll just call this an hourly chart. Okay. All right, guys, let's take a look here. So we discussed this in the past where you will have what's called the 3 drives. So here's your first drive. Here's your second drive. Okay. Here's your third drive. When the market's in a rush to go somewhere, it tends to get these drives, these 3 drives. And those 3 drives typically will end in a climax. The third drive will end in a climax. A lot of times you'll get these divergence patterns, but divergences get run over. All right. This is that climactic end right there. You have that drive that is forcing down, and you get that third drive, which is climactic. Now you're looking for the market to correct back up. Okay. You're looking for the market to correct back up. A lot of times, okay, you'll get a harmonic pattern, but what you're looking for is more of a retracement, a higher time frame retracement. So let me do this. Okay. So what I'm looking for this market to do is push up into the zone initially. Is to push up into the zone initially. All right. So here's your zone that you want to see the market. You have 1, 2, 3 drives down, and now you want to see it push up. What I'm looking at on this side, the equation here, is on the hourly charts. First off, let's do this. The lows are in. The lows are in. 1420. Those are the lows are in. What you're looking for now, market went up. Market's got to correct. Market can go a lot higher. That lot higher would be here. You guys follow me? So what I would do is looking at the GBP-CHF is allow this market to come down and find some support. All right, so maybe you find, maybe it comes down around 50% roughly, maybe 38 to 50%, somewhere in that zone. Let this correct down a bit and then set up to go a lot higher. All right, so higher time frame, you got your 3 drives down, you're looking for a correction back up, But this first bar up, you've established your low. This could come down and still can consolidate days before it goes up. I'm just saying that look here on the hourly chart for this to consolidate. But overall, you're looking for a higher move. Any pullback down, you're looking for a move to go much higher. All right. Let me just do something here. Did the system just close out trades, guys? Did the system just close out trades? All right, guys, let me do something my brain. Profits, right? Looks like. Made about 109 pips or something, right? It's pretty hot. Looks like it made $109. Looks like each pip is about looks like they did good. Looks like they did good tonight, right? Okay, good, good. I'm real happy. All right, so guys, give me a minute. Okay, we're working right now. I acquired a team in another country, a country called Moldova. Okay, please confirm all trades are closed. The system, the Euromaster, he has exited. He has exited all. Just double check. Check, and also I will reach out to you after my class I am giving. Okay. All right. I'm not worried about any new accounts or anything right now, guys. I got something real cool that's coming. Okay. I'll explain that. Just let me finish my thing here, and then we'll go into it. So GBP CHF, you're there. Okay, let's go here. GBP JPY. All right. So GBP JPY, there's obviously some larger term patterns in here. So let me find it. Let me set it up for you and show you what we're looking at. So right here, you take the Fibonacci. Okay, this is called the butterfly pattern. It's called the butterfly pattern. One 127.2, 141.1, 141.4, sorry, 1618. All right. Let's just do a fuchsia. We'll just do a fuchsia. Or whatever, pink, it doesn't matter. Okay, so the first pullback down, we had this market run up. Let's do a little class. Well, not a class, but you had your market run up, and then you pull back past the 618 almost to a 786. That retraced back up between a 38 and 88% of this swing down, and then this last swing down. So this here, from here down to here, should be a 1272 to 1618. It came right at the 141 extension. All right, 141 extension, which is fine. If you take a square, all right, if you take a square and we start looking at a square in terms of these ratios in here, how all this works out and plays out ties into the 141 percentage. It's an inverse of basically a square root of 5 or a square root of a square or something like that, where it's 0.707. I have it all written down. I don't try to remember all of this all the time. But the inverse of that would be this 141. So everything works in terms of squares and ratios. And in this particular case, you may see this right here be at the one that 707, where the inverse would have worked out to 141. So let's take a look. Let's take a look and see. And let's just take this 38% and let's just call it 0.707, right? I did something wrong here. Oh, 70.7. Okay, so you see this? I'm going to teach you something. Everything has inverses. When it comes to Fibonacci, everything has an inverse. So where your retracement is, later you can look at the inverse. So if we take 1 and we divide it by if we take 1 divided by 707, the inverse is 141. You can just see if you multiply this by 2, you see the number, okay, how that works out. So if we're looking at this in terms of harmonics, X, A, B, B, C, D. Okay, guys? This would be an X, A, B, C, D. X, A, B, C, D pattern. All right? X, A, B, C, D pattern. So you see how this works. All right? X, A, B, C, D pattern. Now, the D completion point came right at the inverse of that 707. Right here, that retracement, this became the inverse. This is a perfect opportunity to look on the long side. So here, if you were buying here, your stop would have to be lower. Okay, but you're not going to put 600 tick stop. So you put your stop below the whole market. So what I would do is look to buy a pullback, and you want to keep your stop wider. You want to keep your stop much wider, right down here. So even if you're buying the pullback here, guys, even if you're buying the pullback, you're looking for your risk down here. You're looking for a retracement. Even if it comes a bit deeper initially, that's fine. Not a big deal. You're looking for a higher time frame move on this particular product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this out. Okay, let me just add you all to Facebook. Okay, let me just add everybody here. Jeez, that's a lot. Holy crap. Okay, hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh my God, we have that many people on here tonight? You serious? We have that many? No way. Want to see something crazy, guys? Is that crazy? 2,700 registered for tonight? Oh my God. My gosh. All right. All right. So, guys, you have the GBP JPY. Let's go to GBP NZD. We're going to do this every night, guys. Every night we're going to do this, okay? Every night, guys. Every night. Every night we're doing this, okay? I've been doing this for years, and I'm glad I was able to put my Ninja Trader up because this is how I do my work every night. I go through chart by chart. I don't sit and look at the scanner all the time. I use it. It's a tool. Respect it as a tool. It's the best tool out there, but I go night by night. Yeah, It'll be 27,000 one day. You'll melt to God's ears. So guys, let's talk about a little bit of market geometry and how we can find zones to work with. And here's a perfect example. So even though the market's up here, it's still fine to work. But let's define where support was, okay? Fibonacci retracement, low to high. Let's find some Fibonacci in there. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to do some chart work. Just follow me along this little journey right here. Okay. So what I typically will do is I'll do this, okay? I'll look at, this is the first one I'm going to do. So I look at how far down this, actually wait, 127.20, sorry about that. I'll look at the 141, the 1618, and I'll come down and we'll just put 2, all right? I'll get rid of everything else. All right, just follow me along. I'll get rid of everything else. But I'm going to now look at this area down here. All right, I'm now looking at this area down here. 618 of the whole swing up. And now we have this piece and that projection. So the 1272, we're going to come back in and we're going to get rid of it. Next, I'm going to take this swing, I'm going to copy it, I'm going to paste it. I'm going to take that and come here. And I'm looking at, as you see, it's 100%, right? It's 100%. Take this, here, 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 and let's just increase this a bit. Let's just increase this a bit. When I do my chart work, guys, I go specifically piece by piece, all right? And you're going to see as we go forward, because we're going to get into the groove with different charts. A to B equal C to D. In this case, A to B, actually A to B, A to B, B equals C, D, okay? This is called a one-to-one relationship because you have it, it's one-to-one. We also are going to look at this piece right here. I'm going to do this in a Fibonacci format. Here to here. And this right here has to give me my 100. Okay, there you go. This, so I'm looking at each piece and I'm dissecting it. All right, piece by piece, dissecting it piece by piece. This is an obvious extension, so you get rid of all this in here. Get rid of all of this. We increase this by 4, and let's just test the 1618. Ah, you see, the 1618 came right in there. All right, so you're seeing what's happening now, right? What we're doing is we're discovering an area of commonality. an area of commonality. All this in here. You see all that, guys? This is all an area of commonality. If we were watching this at the time live, this is how we would chart it. And we will. What this is telling me right now, that market went off up on the daily, and that any move back down on the daily is going to be a buy with eventual roadmap higher. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is you want to look in the coming days at the GBP NZD for a move down before it goes higher. So I would not be too much of a bull. I wouldn't even be a bear. I would just wait for the GBP NZD to come down for several days. Maybe it takes a week. All right, that's just charting. That's just being patient, being a trader. But you know for a fact that this is all support down here. It's not coming down here anymore. You can say all you want. This is in an uptrending market, and that's that, period. Okay? Now, you can, if you want to be fancy and draw the triangles in, but it's not giving you a true harmonic reading. But some people actually need to see the triangles. They need it. For whatever reason, they need it. All right? And if there's enough binding geometry, this all can be drawn out like this, but it's not considered a quote-unquote harmonic pattern. This is more of market geometry, what they call an XABCD pattern. XABCD pattern. All right? And this is that A to B, C to D. So GBP-NZD, real important to watch. Okay, I don't have anything here on the GBP, USD. We're going to glide through these last couple of charts because I already know I don't see anything. All right, these right here, this needs to come down more. So what I would do with this, right? If we look at this in terms of an Elliott wave, right? If we look at this in terms of an Elliott wave, you would have X as the low, 0 as the low, right? 0. This would be 1. This would be 2. This would be 3. This would be 4 or 4. Now I'm going to show you what I mean. So first off, we put the Fibonacci retracements in from here to here. I'm going to do 2 of them. This is 1, and then we're doing this again, okay? But we're pulling it from this higher low. See that? We're pulling it from here. We're also watching this. Now what I would do with this is we get rid of all this in here. And I'm basically going to do this. So either this is the 4 and is done already, or the 4 needs to come down a little bit more. If that's the case, okay, if that's the case, this swing here, properties, we're going to look at a 24% retracement. No good. All right. Boom. All right. No good. we'll look at this at the 24%. I'm sorry, it was my bad. There we go. All right. So here, if this is going to be the 4, what has happened is the low from 0 to 3 retraced 24%, and from 2 to 3 retraced 38%. So if that's the case, that this did find its retracement area, all right, if this found its retracement area, this should go a lot higher. If this market, all right, guys, just follow along with me. If this market did this, is doing this, and I'm going to show you why I'm saying this, and is going to do this, all right, here or even here, something like this, like that, then higher. Okay, the reason I say that is if you look at 1 to 2, and we've talked about this, in an Elliott wave, you get this, you get a sharp down, you get up, and then bang, 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 like that, all right? That's how you do charting, or that's what Elliott wave looks like, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, potential 5. If that's the case, that this area right here should stop going up and should start eking itself back down. When it does, it hits this 1 to 2, an equal zone, even a little bit more or less down here. That would be considered an alternate wave equality. The alternate wave equality would be 1 to 2 is equal to 3 to 4. So if this is 20 pips, for example, this should be 20 pips. But this swing should come down like that. So eventually that's what you're looking at. Now, the thing with Elliott waves, you don't want it to come back above, below 1. So at some point when it does come down, we're going to look to buy it, and we'll have our risk down here, and we'll be fine. But right now, we're just going to watch it, chart it out. And as we go forward, we're going to take a look and see what the story is with the with these patterns. I like looking at higher time frames. Sorry for yawning, but 5 o'clock in the morning, Eastern. All right, so I like looking at these higher time frames for bigger swings. And at least you get to understand, what we're looking at. All right, so let's continue down with the NZD-CHF. I'm really going to look at the NZD-USD. I'd rather just look at that than the other markets, quite honestly. I think that's a better look. Okay, right here, 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 and here, 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 we would be looking for upside. What's happened is you see the NZD USD on the hourly chart starting to hold. So what I would do looking at this, guys, is this. You have to look at it more like this flaggish type of pattern in here and looking this to the long side. All right. You want to start thinking buy side on the, You want to start thinking buy side on the NZD USD. All right. You want to start thinking buy side on the NZD USD. All right. You want to start thinking buy side. Very, very good support below, but this is just coming off key support. This is holding in here. It's holding this whole zone, this being the XABCD, X. So I like the buy side On the NZD USD, I like the buy side on the NZD USD. This is an area where very, very good support. It's above the B area. I like working the long side on the NZD USD on the hourly charts. Any pullbacks, this thing's going a lot higher. All right, you want to see it go a lot higher. USD CAD, USD CAD. I don't have anything in here. I have nothing. All right, this is in a strongly trending market. Little retracements. You may only get 1 or 2 days down before it goes up again. And then I'm going to look at the USD JPY to end the day. And we could always add more tomorrow night. All right, looks like we got some support down here on the USD JPY, but I'm not really seeing anything that would be considered important. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll wrap this up and take the recording. Once it's complete, I'll email it out to everybody, and that would be that. All right, guys, let's have ourselves a great night, a great day. There's no New York session. Rock and roll. Have yourself a great, great holiday. I'll see you tomorrow night. And I'll have this recorded. I'll put it on Facebook once it's done. At least you got some guidance going forward. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Rock and roll.